this.
Let's just pour the
Hold
wine.
on, yes. There's like so much dust happening.
Hi, I'm kchoi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm joined here today by my friend Megan. Hi.
Yay! Hello, everybody.
We are doing a grad school Q&A, so I posted on my Instagram story, asked you all to ask some questions about grad school. So I thought I would bring Megan on my channel so we can answer some of those questions.
I'm really excited to sort of be here with Christina today with the help of a little bit of liquid courage. I went to grad school, that's 3 years ago now. I went for my master's in gerontology, which is the study of aging. Right now, I am a field project coordinator and trainer. We introduce technologies to older adults, and that's kind of how my master's of gerontology is sort of related to what I'm doing now.
I have a master's in management, which I got in London at University College London, and now I work as a consultant. With that, let's actually just get into the questions. We're going to try to answer as many as possible. There were a few repeat ones, so yeah, let's jump into it. First, just going off of the gerontology talk, how did you decide on going into gerontology? I think they were intrigued by the subject.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people sort of start out asking me. The first thing that I always say is like sort of growing up with my grandparents. I never knew I wanted to go into gerontology, but the only thing I knew was that I wanted to work with and for older adults. And that's like what I've always sort of, anyone who knows me knows that I really like grandmas and grandpas.
She does. When I see cute grandmas and grandpas like on the street, I'll take pictures of them and send them to her. Yeah, she'll appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate it so much. But anyway, like I think, and then that sort of turned into a reality when I found out about gerontology, and I was like, oh shit, that's awesome because I could learn about something that I have always loved. I didn't know I wanted to get into gerontology until like I sort of found out a little bit more about it, but all I knew was I wanted to work with that specific demographic. How was the transition from undergrad to grad like for you guys?
It was okay for me.
Yeah, me too. It was, because I think, well, we both, I think, took a year or two.
Between the time I graduated from undergrad and started grad school, it was 3 years.
Like, it wasn't so much time where you forget about school, but obviously it was different for you in terms of content, right?
Yeah, that's true, since I was going from English and then studying business. Yeah. But then in terms of just like school-wise, it was a good enough break, and then also like it's enough time for you to think about, you know, what is it that I really want to do and want to study, and you're just more motivated, I think. So what was the difference in content for you?
My undergrad degree is in human biology, because I was like pre-med for like ever, like it was like my one track. The first year of my grad school was sort of perfect because the first year was like the physiology, the biology, the sociology, all the ologies of aging, all of the stuff that I was very, very used to. So that was cool because I was like, oh, I'm getting back into it. Whereas like the end of undergrad, I was like, oh my god, like if I take one more science class, like I swear to god. And then the second year of grad school was like totally different because then the program takes it to like social policy, business management, like marketing, technology. Like it was like a weird, like a totally like different thing. It is different, but I think it's great because when you go to grad school, I feel like you go because you want to literally master that subject, which means hopefully that other people are also trying to do that as well. And so you're sort of surrounded by people who hopefully know and like what they're doing. And so it's a little bit different than people that have no idea what the...
Yeah, because like in undergrad, a lot of people could be lost and not really knowing what they want to do, and they're just not
Which
passionate.
Is fine, which is great, which is the time for it. Yeah. But then in grad school, you don't really see that because obviously like it's extra time and money that you're spending to be there. And so most people, I feel like, have an idea of what they want and like where they're going. Yeah. How do you think your master's degree contributed to or affected your career path?
I kind of talked about this in previous videos, but I majored in English for my bachelor's, and then I worked in public relations and decided I wanted to switch into consulting. I did a whole video about how I switched careers, so I'll link it in the description box. But
in the cards here.
In the cards
and everyone always gets it wrong.
Is it?
Yeah, it's this, right?
So I wanted to switch into consulting, and I didn't need to get a master's, in my opinion, but it was something that could add to my resume and give me more confidence. I don't think it was the sole contributor, because it was also like my previous experience and transferring those skills over, but it was definitely one of the steps, like out of a few. Do extracurricular activities matter in grad school applications? I don't really think so.
I don't think so either.
Because it's well, I mean, it depends. Like, if you're going to grad school right after undergrad, then they probably do, because that speaks to your experience.
Right.
But I think if you are working for a few years, like we were, then it's just about your work experience.
Yeah. And I feel like someone probably asked that because extracurriculars are so important for undergrad. I mean, I don't think it hurts. Like, if you fed the homeless every weekend, like, put that in there. Definitely put it in. But I don't think it's like a huge deal. How much did you study for the GRE? What was your timeline for studying?
I studied about 6 to 7 months, I think.
I studied for less because I was in a hurry. Not that I was in a hurry, but like I found out about the program a little bit later into the year, and so
you're on a time crunch.
I was on a time crunch. So I think my timeline was like 3 months. I would have liked more though. I think I would have liked more time. I know you had like a set. You were like really good with planning.
So the GRE has 3 sections, right? There's quantitative, which is math, qualitative, which is like reading comprehension and vocabulary, and then writing. So I basically I bought, I think it was Kaplan, I don't know, one of those standardized test companies. So I got a book for each of those sections, plus a book with all the practice tests with like the full exam. Throughout the week I did different chapters in those 3 books, and then like on the weekends I did a practice test. So I just like divided it up like to work with my schedule, because I was working also. So we also got a few questions about dissertation writing, like how did you plan it, how hard is it to write a dissertation. So I had a dissertation, and I actually have a video like all about my dissertation and like a video on like tips to getting a good grade on your dissertation, so I'll just link those. Did you have a dissertation?
No, so our program, we didn't have a dissertation. I did like a really big paper on sexuality and aging, which like everyone like died. They're like, okay. I mean, no one thinks about like sex and aging, right? But there's like a huge problem with STDs in retirement communities.
Interesting.
Because I know. It's like it's a weird thing to think about.
Summer camp.
No, really, it really is. It's like a really big thing that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but if it was going to be anyone, it was probably going to be me. And so, topic. So like there was this really big program out somewhere, I think it was like North Carolina or something. They had like this huge sex ed program. I was sort of doing a deep dive into that program and but that was probably one of my favorite papers that I wrote.
Do you intern while you study?
So I interned while I studied. It was sort of embedded within my program.
Okay.
And so I actually interned for the place
during the school year.
Yeah. So I interned at the place that I'm working now. But
Were you placed there like through your school? Or like how did you?
Yeah, so I was really interested in gerontology, gerotech. I went to USC, so like everyone's connected with like everyone's moms, and then their dogs are also connected. And so we found this place, and it just sort of worked out really well.
Cool. I did an intern during my program. My degree was 12 months, and so it was like 2 semesters of classes and then 1 semester to write my dissertation. So there wasn't really time to intern. For MBA programs, people generally do a summer internship between the 2 years of an MBA. So that's a very normal thing to do.
I'm pretty sure if mine was 1 year, because mine was 2, so if mine was 1 year, they probably wouldn't have had time to embed it into the actual program. But because it was longer, I think it helped.
Yeah, we got a few questions asking if we are considering getting a PhD or continuing on. What's your answer?
I did definitely consider it. We had a really good like sort of transition program where you can get your master's, and then if you wanted to or you were thinking about a PhD, then that was like sort of an option. Near the last year of my master's degree, I was definitely having conversations with a lot of my mentors and a lot of the professors. I don't know. I don't think they saw it in me.
They were like,
because because like I mean I love
they politely
school. Yeah,
exactly.
They were sort of like, I feel like you're ready for the real world. Like you go out there and do, you know. Were you ever thinking about going into PhD?
Never. In college, I was like, oh, like will I continue on to grad school and like continue studying English, and like if that's the path I went on, then I probably would have done a PhD maybe and like become a professor, but that was never really something I wanted to do.
Would you get another master's in something
another
else?
master's? I think the only master's that I would get would be an MBA, but then I think that's a little bit repetitive. Maybe like an executive MBA.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Would be the only thing, but
repetitive.
Yeah,
money.
I don't
time.
think I need it.
What if during grad school you feel you don't want to work in the same field you got your master's in?
That's tough.
That's tough.
It's hard because I think, you know, the advice that I try to give to people who are thinking about grad school is like really consider what you're going to be studying,
right,
and all of that. So of course,
should I be saying more like
yeah, sure. So far apart. But of course, like your heart can change.
Yeah,
your passions can change. I know somebody or a couple people who have changed their master's degrees or like dropped out.
Oh, wow.
So it happens. Like I think in today's day and age, like degrees are important and they're becoming more and more important, but I think they don't necessarily have to relate exactly to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like there's always ways to find connections, even if it's not the exact same field.
Yeah.
So I think like, you know, if you are considering going into something that's not related to your master's, like there's still going to be options there.
Yeah.
We got a few questions about challenges in grad school. So what was the hardest thing to do? Unexpectedly difficult thing, most challenging? So I feel like that's all the same question. My first semester was pretty difficult. I know I said earlier, you know, that transition from undergrad to working to grad school, it was a pretty smooth one overall, but still I think with the new content that I was studying, that was hard. So in my first semester, I had to take accounting and finance, and I hadn't taken a math class like since 11th grade. Yeah, so it's just a lot of basics I had to relearn. Also, like going from working life where, you know, you end your day at 6 or whatever, you can do whatever you want, to studying again and being at the library until really late and like working on weekends to get stuff done. Like I think that was hard.
Not getting paid.
Yeah, having a negative income. Yeah, not making money was the hardest part of my master's. No, but I think the studying part was hard, but it was more enjoyable than during undergrad.
So during the first year of my grad school program, it was very familiar to me, right? Like it was all the science stuff. So I was like, oh my God. Yeah, that I took before during undergrad, and it was awesome. And then during that change from like all the science stuff to like all the like management and leadership, we did all of these things that I just had no idea about. Like that was, I wouldn't call it difficult or like a challenge. I think it was just more of like a shock. Just because like for school to me it was like science, math, science. And so that was a little weird. Who were your most impactful mentors and how did they help career-wise post-grad? 2 specific professors, they were actually married. It was really interesting because they're literally the opposite people. Like 2 of the most opposite people from each other, but they're like...
Opposites attract.
I'm like... burping. Those 2 were probably my favorite professors, and so naturally I sort of gravitated towards them. And they're both very left and right, and not politically.
Like left brain, right brain.
Yes. Okay. Dr. Buterin, she's like more conscious aging, and like I think that's where I like sort of got my like newfound like weird sensibility and like all of this. And then Dr. Schneider, they're married, but like their names. Dr. Schneider is super. He's like from New York. He's like da 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 da. Like very give you the stuff and leave, and like he's like super cool. Working with the both of them was like insanely amazing throughout my whole graduate degree. And then afterwards, post-grad, they both really helped me, especially Dr. Schneider, because he's so well connected with a lot of people. He's sent like so many emails on my behalf. He's like called people. You go to grad school and you meet people that are like really, really passionate about the subject matter, and then if other people are also passionate about the same subject matter, you're like in this together, and you have this sort of like camaraderie,
you're supporting each other, and like you want people like Megan to like go out in the field and like bring that passion.
And so like absolutely, like I've made like lifelong professional and personal mentors through this program, and they've definitely helped me like sort of be where I am.
That's really
now.
good. I can't think of like a professor. I think maybe it's a UK thing, but like I just don't think people are that close to the professors. And they're called lecturers usually, like that are teaching the courses. Even though I didn't make really strong relationships with like the lecturers and professors in my program.
With the people.
Yeah, like I have really close friends from the program. We are all working in different things now, because the thing with the master's in management is it's very broad what you can do with it. But we just still like, root for each other and check in. And
do you think a master's degree is a must if you want to find a good job? Define good job.
Yeah, that's true. Define a good job. I think the short answer is no, because it depends, because some careers require a master's, but I think
we're both in jobs where you don't need one, but like, I mean, it
doesn't hurt.
Yeah, like I don't need this glass of wine, but
it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt, and it helps, and it's life.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely don't think you should go get a master's just because you think it's gonna, get you a good job.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have good experience and all of that.
If you don't have experience, because, I don't know, there's many reasons why somebody won't have experience in that field, then yeah, I think it can help, because school is experience as well. And then like for me, I've met like my mentors and like the people that I love now through this program, that like literally if I didn't have like a professional outcome out of it, I would still be like really happy.
It's expanding your network too.
Yeah.
But it's just, you got to consider like the time and the cost and like what the value is in that. But you can still get something out of it, even if it's not going to be like that good job. Yeah.
No one knows what's going to happen, and whether or not you go to grad school or you don't go to grad school, you get straight A's or you don't, whatever. It's like really how you adapt and you change and you grow from your experience.
Wow.
It's the wine talking.
Well, that is it. Those are all the questions that we're going to answer.
Like almost gone.
Well, our glasses are still pretty full. I really hope this was helpful. I hope we answered questions. We'll obviously answer questions.
I hope we did answer questions in this mumble jumble.
Yeah, I hope we did actually answer your questions in a meaningful way.
No, it's just gonna be like a 15-minute video of us drinking wine.
But I learned stuff about like your program and your journey to grad school, which was interesting. So yeah, but thanks for coming on my channel.
Oh my god, thanks for having me.
Drink wine. And yeah, Megan has a YouTube channel too.
Oh god.
She hasn't posted a video in like over a year. I don't know. When was the last time you posted a video?
Honestly? Yeah, probably like a year.
Yeah, we're going to be going to Paris together in about a month with a few other friends.
Less than a month.
Yeah, in less than a month. You're definitely going to be vlogging then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So go subscribe to her channel and look out for Paris vlogs in about a month or less than a month. And I'm going to be vlogging as well, so you can kind of see multiple perspectives of Paris, I guess. And
Vlogceptions.
Yes.
I love those.
Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Bye!
Bye! You're not even holding your wine glass, literally going like this.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It helped with the wine.
Yeah. We did it.